Hey everyone, welcome from the Stalemate, and this is episode 25 of the Battleship Brawl Season 5 tournament. This episode, we've got the Obdurateness by Benjamin going up against the Blademaster by Seminostro. Go ahead and get the camera back into position. The Obdurateness likes to poof out of existence when I'm too far away. There it is. And we'll get this round underway. See how these two ships do fighting one another. Having a bit of frame rate issue here. Hopefully it'll smooth out in a moment. Did the Blademaster just shoot its superstructure in the back? Or something? Yep, it totally did. Okay. Blademaster taking a couple of hits there, not really minding. Oh, Obdurateness. Not doing so hot. It's not surviving the volleys of HE very well. That turret takes a hit. Stern takes a hit. Pretty much all of the superstructure of the Obdurateness is gone. This turret popped off. It's down to 87%. Blademaster's at 93. Oh, and this turret just got hit and lost all but one barrel. How did it kill the barrels on either side of that barrel, but not... Oh, because that one's above. Okay. Yeah, the HE of the Blademaster seems to be doing a really good job of stripping the Obdurateness of its weapons. Well, it's an HE frag shell. I have not... There we go, there are some shots from the Obdurateness. It seems like it only has 2 functional barrels for the moment. And now that I've mentioned it, they'll probably not live much longer. Oh, Obdurateness is... It is losing some altitude here. Also known as sinking. Losing altitude, what the hell? Yeah, big holes blown in the front of the Obdurateness here. Like all that heavy armor didn't really help it. Well, now the Obdurateness is getting hit in the stern, probably losing propellers in the process. The propellers are pretty recessed. They're probably okay for the most part. For now, anyway. I mean, they're getting closer and closer to having some issues. Oh, the Obdurateness has had its last gun just popped clean off. It has no weapons left. What the heck? Where? What the? What is... What? Why is the Blademaster flying? Game. What is that? I mean, there's no reason why it should be up in the air right now, but it is. That's gotta be a bug. I'm not gonna penalize the Blademaster for that one. I mean, especially since it's already won the fight. It's just a matter of how much longer does it take to take down the Obdurateness. Yeah, so I'm just gonna call that 95%. And yeah, I don't know why this thing just FTD physics. Like that one's not on the ship. That one's on the game being dumb and doing dumb things. Because it's not like there's any Blades or anything in here that should be keeping this thing afloat. It seems like because, you know, the atmosphere is made of egg yolk, and it somehow got blown up into the sky, and then the recoil of the guns is keeping it aloft, which is so friggin' dumb. Oh, this game sometimes. I'm just gonna give it the 95, because it probably would have gotten to repair to that if it hadn't been launched into the air stupidly. Like, that's gotta be a bug, because, like, I've never seen a ship do that before. There's something happened there. That is not something that anybody can plan for, so, oh, I guess they're both invisible this round. Okay. Sure. Or I'm just looking in the wrong spot. That's also totally possible. Okay, so, round 2 here. Now, if it happens again, I may have to rescind my, my amnesty for it. I just don't think it will. I think that was just a really strange set of circumstances that you cannot ever account for, and the game being, well, the game. It's like, really, I could have redone the round, but then that isn't exactly fair to the... Still isn't fair to the Blademaster, because it already won the fight. Because the Obdurateness was... It had no guns left. So... Speaking of not having any guns left... the front 2 turrets of the Obdurateness have been popped. Well, this one's just disabled. Well, it's kind of destroyed more than disabled. And this one popped off. And then the rear ones aren't even aiming and firing right now because the Obdurateness is sailing straight at its opponent. And now if the Blademaster continually had that issue, then I would be like, okay, well... that's your problem and you should have tested for it, but I really think it was just a wild, wacky circumstance that nobody could have predicted or built around, so I am not going to penalize the Blademaster for that when it was clearly winning the match as it was. But if it happens again, I might have to change my mind on that. Man, Obdurateness is not taking these high explosive frag hits very well. hole ripped in the hull. Yeah, the Blademaster seems much better equipped to take the hits that the Obdurateness can put out than vice versa. It's got a lot of like open space where HE just doesn't do anything when it hits there. I mean, there are some guns that got destroyed from that, but oh, and then this Stern taking a hit there, but doesn't really care. Blademaster's at 86.4%. Obdurateness at 79.2%. And Obdurateness turns and pulls its weapons out of its firing arcs again. And then they get hit! And it looks like the Obdurateness maybe has a single barrel functioning at this point. Looking like the Obdurateness has pretty decent belt armor, especially around the turrets, but its deck armor is... well, I mean, the fact that most of its deck is gone, I think I think explains the answer to that question. Both ships seem to be a little low on weaponry. Uh-oh. Obdurateness has got a timer ticking. Oh, they both have timers ticking. If neither of them turn to close the distance, they're both gonna get DQ'd. Obdurateness has managed to stop its timer, but the Blademaster, oh, just got its timer to stop as well. That may be because the Obdurateness moves back into range. least the Blademaster is staying a boat this time and not turning into an airplane. That was ridiculous. This game sometimes. Blademaster taking a hit to the center here. I don't know if there's... Well, there's probably something important inside this armor here, but finding out what it is while the ship's moving is not going to be easy. But it's kind of funny, once the turrets are stripped off of the Obdurateness and the deck is just, you know, knocked out and superstructure is gone, it isn't really taking damage anymore. We might be going to 10 minutes on this one. Oh, we definitely are. And the Obdurateness' final gun is blown off. And the Obdurateness has a really hard time keeping its guns functional. And that is certainly its biggest downfall. Okay, I could have sworn the Blademaster had repairs, but it's not doing any actual repairs. Maybe its repair bots got destroyed. Because it definitely didn't start with 3639 materials, I don't think. If it did, I'm going to have to set that first round back to the 94.4. Yeah, see there, now the Blademaster's doing some repairs. I don't know why it wasn't doing it before. Repair boss were laying down on the job. And that's time. So that's 72.3% for the Obdurateness and 81.1 for the Blademaster. We'll go ahead and get this restarted and go into round 3. Get things going. The Blademaster has quite a bit of guns, but they aren't very well protected, so they die fairly easy too. Obdurateness already lost a couple of front guns there. Rear guns are doing just fine for now, though. Ooh, just barely dodging those shells. And the rear guns come out of their firing arcs once again. The AI is not doing a good job with that. Oh! The Blademaster has gone airborne again. This time it's coming back down. That's really strange. I wonder if that's like an ammunition detonation that's causing that. At least this time it didn't stay up in the air forever. Ooh, hit straight to those barrels. Only cause some barrel damage though. If it's got individual local weapon controllers, that gun will be fine. For now. Probably not so fine anymore. It lost a gun from that barrage. The bow is, or no, the stern, I mean, not doing so great. Oh, it lost it. It seems like it lost a good chunk of propellers too. Okay, given that the Blademaster did get launched into the air again, I mean, it's not just a bug. I mean, it happened 2 out of 3 times, so I think I'm gonna have to actually let it be DQ'd from that first round in that case. Or maybe I should just redo that round. I'll just do a 4th round. That first round is just gonna have to call that invalid because I don't know what happened there. And it feels like if I include that first round, it's gonna be unfair to one ship or the other. So I'm just gonna, you know, just do a 4th round and say that first round was incorrect. Invalid, whatever you want to say. Now, this is a pretty slow battle, because both sides keep losing guns like crazy. This is going to be a long video. Obdurateness, are you out of guns again? As neither ship is doing a terribly large amount of actual HP damage to one another. They're both really good at killing each other's weapons. Like, all 3 of these frontal main guns have been disabled. Oh, that one actually just lost some gauge on that one barrel. Saw it shrink down. So the Blademaster has 5 guns currently functioning. To the Obdurateness is 0 at this point, it seems. Oh wait, I'm not. This turret might still be functioning. It's just out of its. Yeah, it's just out of its firing arc. those hits to the stern could be bad. Because there's not a whole lot holding the stern of the Obdurateness on. And that would be a good chunk of HP lost. Oh. Obdurateness getting awfully low in the water here. In danger of that 80% in sinking. Like, I'm not sure how it isn't getting an 80% sinking as it is. Like, it's got to be right on the edge. But it's holding on. Oh, it's actually kind of recovered. I wonder what caused that, because it doesn't look like it has much in the way of air buoyancy to begin with. So how did it go from nearly sinking to floating normally again? But yeah, now that I think about it, it's entirely possible that the Blademaster may not have killed the Obdurateness in round 1, so giving it a full kill isn't exactly fair to the Obdurateness, but at the same time, that was some really wacky physics interactions that I don't think could be accounted for. They're basically a bug for the most part. So when it happened again, the ship went up, but it came back down. But in that first match, it just floated there until it got disqualified for a full minute. So yeah, we're gonna strike that first round from the record. This is technically round 2 as far as the scoring is concerned. Oh, the stern of the Obdurateness just got blown off, like I was mentioning before. So yeah, as the final seconds here are ticking down, I'm just going to go ahead and move those to round 1. Then we'll fill in the numbers from this round as round 2. And then we'll go into a 4th battle, which is technically round 3, because round 1 was silly. And I don't feel like there's a fair way for me to include that round in the points. I'll be screwing over one of the ships one way or the other, so most fair way to do it is just run another round. And hope that one doesn't go to 10 minutes. Alright, so that's 68.8 for the Obdurateness. And 83.2 for the Blademaster. Oh, I broke my formula by doing that cut and paste. Okay, so we'll just manually 81.1. We'll just manually do that. 68.8. 83.2. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get this third round underway. This third yet fourth yet third, however you want to call it. Let's get it underway. And hope this one doesn't go all the way to 10 minutes, because it's going to be one long video. But I think this is the only way I can do things and be just completely fair. Ooh, that's 2 rear turrets popped off in the first volley by the Obdurateness. And the Blademaster shoots its superstructure in the back of the head again. It's like, hey Blademaster, have you ever tried not doing that? I mean, just out of curiosity. Oh, and that turret's gonna get disabled. Oh no, it survived. Somehow. Oh, I guess it did fall short enough that it actually hit the Citadel armor. It looks like the Citadel armor saved it until that hit. And that hit. Looks like this turret is also disabled. Let's go check on the Obdurateness. Both ships at about the same HP this time around. Ooh, the bow, the Obdurateness, been shredded pretty well. This gun is kaput. This one has some barrel damage, but is fine for now. Can't see what's going on in the back here. Barrel damage. And that gun is kaput. Blademaster seems to be... Yeah, she's listing a little. Well, I say a little, but that would be quite uncomfortable to be on board that ship. And another turret gets popped. And another one's gone, and another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. That's just been the theme song of the guns on both ships this battle. Oh, excuse me. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the Blademaster this time, so if it gets launched airborne again, I can see how and why it happens, maybe, and then make a more informed decision. Because who knows, it very well could have been the teleport on damage glitch or something similar anyway. It just, something seemed very wrong and off about how that happened, so it doesn't feel right giving the Blademaster a DQ over that. Well, if the Obdurateness keeps its guns intact, it has a good chance of scoring scoring the best it has so far. But it's got to keep those guns intact. And it's got to keep them, in their firing arc so they can actually fire. Like, this rear turret looks like it has 4 guns that are perfectly capable of doing damage right now. Just aren't because the ship is facing at a bad angle. And there it goes. There goes a volley. Those shells go over the Blademaster. Oh, that looks like it's heading right for that turret. Looks like this gun here has survived okay. Looks like, yeah, the rightmost barrel has some gauge damage on it. Oh, not surprising considering this hole blown in right here. Oh, and that just disabled that turret. Just like that, 3 of the, what was it, about 7 guns that were still functioning on the Blademaster are just done. Well, Obdurateness definitely living up to its name. It is just too stubborn to die. Uh-oh, whoa! Obdurateness is despawning. Oh, I had the overlay off thing. So it's, it actually got an 80% sinking despawn, it looks like. So yeah, that is the end of this round then. Because there are no shells from the Obdurateness that can still do damage in the air, so we'll just end it there. And so yeah, Obdurateness goes down. Ends up not... me redoing the 4th round ends up not changing the score whatsoever. Well, actually, I think the Blademaster did lose a little bit of pointage there, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.